Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 81. I am your host, Dantes, and really pissed right now because I have to do some shit from work, but it's all good because it's my own damn fault. But I'm here to host today, and of course, joining me, two special people today, not only Caleones and RXGaming. How you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing, Dantes? How you doing, everybody? And yeah, RX, tell us how excited you are to talk face to face with Dantes and tell him how wrong he is about the Nintendo Direct. So tell us what have been the last couple of days? How has it been for you since seeing the Direct, being able to reflect and all those things? So yeah, just tell us really quick because Dantes is gonna do the rigmarole so we can get on. But yes, welcome, RX.
Thank you for having me. And does he still think that the Nintendo Direct was mediocre, or did he change his mind before I
he
start?
he hasn't told us yet. He hasn't told us
Oh, okay.
what he thinks. Yeah, like again after that, but he was very disappointed about it. So we'll see if he's come around.
I mean, what I think about the Direct, I feel like it's honestly one of the best Direct I ever had. Honestly.
Okay, so we'll get into it, but let me do that rigmarole first. 1 second. Text for a problem. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me start the show by saying I want to welcome everybody to the Get In and Get Out Nintendo podcast, episode 81, right here at the Force In Unison Gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and hit that bell so you can make this 2 or 3 crazy MFs happy. Also, remember, you can get this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes for free. Right us over there so you can show some love. Also, description box below so you can see the full channel schedule. Go back to it because Caleones has uploaded a couple of videos like the Demon X Machina demo and, of course, the big news. And then we're going to talk about the possible VR coming to the Nintendo Switch. Also, Facebook page at Force In Unison Gaming. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to forceinunison.wordpress.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, are you guys ready? I said, are you ready? For the no one in attendance and then no one washing around the world, let's get ready for Reggie's Hot Topics of the week.
My body is ready.
My body is ready. And of course, Caleones and RX Gaming, the first topic is Nintendo Direct. So Caleones, can you read the rundown first before we get into it hardcore style?
Okay, so basically, a quick summary of the Direct. We had the Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Maker 2. It's not a port. It is a sequel to. We had it revealed finally after everything. Yeah, they didn't pull any punches. They went right straight into it. After that, of course, they were talking about different games. There was plenty of surprises. One of the surprises that from the Direct, which is, I believe, the best battle royale game to release this year. Not Apex Legends, but Tetris 99. It is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. You can get it if you are a Nintendo a Switch Online subscriber. So that's going to be there. It's free for those of you who have online. So that's a great game. We had, of course, one of the big ones, and you can see it on our thumbnail, which is Astro Shane. At first, I thought it was like a Monolith Soft type game. It kind of gave us that vibe. So I really thought it was the new Monolith Soft game, but it turned out to be from Platinum Games. So that one is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch as well. We had big reveals or surprises from third-party games like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That was one that nobody, like no insiders, no rumors, nothing about that game. It just came out of nowhere, and especially since Microsoft has already purchased Ninja Theory, so you would think that they would kind of like keep the games to themselves, but no, they're making it for the Nintendo Switch, and it looked really good as well. We had a glimpse of Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night. We had the Nintendo Direct of 4 was centered around Fire Emblem, Three Houses, so we got to see a lot of that. Yoshi's Crafted World received a demo. Demon X Machina also received another demo as well. We had more footage for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, and going with the smaller games. Bugs Boy and Bugs Girl was in there as well. Of course, they told us about the release date for Final Fantasy VII and the shadow drop of Final Fantasy IX, which is right now #1 on the Nintendo eShop, knocking out Wargroove, which is second place right now. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker did receive a new DLC update, and it actually a free update as well, so you can play with I guess Toadette, so you can have those two playing together, co-op. So that one that was added to it as well. But and last but not least, of course, was the reveal of the biggest bomb of the direct, the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch. So I was glad that it wasn't a 3DS game because there were no 3DS games shown at all. This was a Nintendo Switch specific direct. I believe the first one since the Nintendo Switch presentation before. I could be wrong, but I believe it's the first time that we haven't had a 3DS game featured on any direct in a long, long time. So that was really good. I'm glad that the 3DS is dead. So I'm saying I know I'm gonna catch a lot of hate, but I'm glad the 3DS is dead, so we can concentrate on getting all those great games on the Switch. So yes, that was the gist of the Nintendo Direct. So our ex Dantes, I know Dantes has kind of like I don't know, he looks not so happy on the background. So our ex, give us your thought about the Direct. Then we're gonna get Dantes's, and then we're gonna knock him out. Go back and knock him out for what he thinks about it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, what I think about the Nintendo Direct, they first hit it off with Mario Maker. Bam! A big banger right there. Don't you agree? Dantes? Isn't that a big banger right there? Don't you agree, buddy?
Yes.
Oh, okay then. Then, bangers after bangers. Notice how, right, games like Hellblade and forgot the other third-party game. What was it? The one with the Jason following you around and you try to run away from him.
Dead to Die or something like that.
Yeah, yes, that game. Yeah, something like that. Notice how people not overhyped. Like people are now expecting those type of games. Remember when Doom came out and people just lost their mind. Like, what, Doom is running on the Switch? What, we're getting Doom? Notice how like it's now expected. Like, oh, Hellblade? Pff, okay, that's nice. Good to have. It's like I feel like the Switch is beginning to get that standard. Like, is being treated like a truly a good platform. So I think that's what that Direct is showing us, and it's becoming an RPG machine. Don't you like RPG, Dantes?
Yes.
Okay, then. So there you go. How could you hate on that Direct? I just don't get it. I don't understand. And I really want to know your what you have to say, because I feel like the Direct just killed it. The best Direct I ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah. So before you continue, I'm gonna address something real quick. So aside from that, we also had the Dragon Quest Builders 2. It was shown. We had Dragon Quest 11 as Echoes of an Elusive Age. This was actually important because it's the first time that the game is gonna have orchestra for music. The PS4 version doesn't have it. The PC version, I believe, did have an update, but they're gonna have orchestrated music. Plus, it's gonna have like the 2D sprite design from like the 3DS game. That's gonna be on the Nintendo Switch again as well. So it is the definitive edition, like they're calling it. We had the RPG Factory Oninaki game, which looks really good by the standards that they said before with I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere. Oninaki is looking really good.
I Am Setsuna.
We had,
let's not talk about Lost Sphere.
Well, okay. So I Am Setsuna. So we had the additional missions added to Starlink Battle for Atlas, and this is going to be an interesting discussion because they also showed racing on the Starlink Battle for Atlas game for Star Fox. Star Fox Racing. What does that sound like? Star Fox Racing. It sounds like the rumors about a retro studio built, game called Star Fox Grand Prix that everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what does that tell you? So I'm going to ask that later. We had the the biggest moment for Dantes, the Zoom Zooms festival was the reveal. So we're gonna have the Zoom Zoom. We had the Rune Factory 4 from the 3DS remasters for the Switch, and we had Rune Factory 5, which since then they've said that that one will be a 2020 title. We had Delta Rune, which is from the Undertale universe, and from the one that didn't really look quite as good, Assassin's Creed 3 remastered. I was surprised they used that footage because it looked like it was running in like 15 frames per second or something. Unravel 2 as well, and Grid Autosport. So that's everything that was there. So Dantes, you've already heard some of what I said. You heard RX. What are your thoughts? Have you come around finally after all these days?
Delight us, bro. Come on.
Okay, so let me start first by saying, so typically when you watch a direct first, right, and you do it at your house, you kind of looking for stuff that is more what you like, right? Just to add to that, typically when we review a direct, me and Caleones come here, and it's more objective after the fact. Now, I'm still not saying that this direct was the best or good. I'm saying it's not trash. So let me clarify. I said that it was the worst direct of all time when I left that direct, but I don't think so. I think it's a good direct. It's just not great for any stretch of the means, because the difference is when you do watch a direct, you watch for stuff that you like, and I don't think this can compete to stuff like when they revealed Mario Odyssey, when they revealed Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for me, when they revealed at that point Demon X Machina, which was revealed during an E3 direct. In the same direct, we had Mario Odyssey first time footage where you saw gameplay, and also we saw a full-blown Xenoblade Chronicles reveal. That to me calls me way more, than this direct. I'm just saying, my taste as a gamer. Even the last direct before this one, where they announced Luigi's Mansion, right? That was a big, and Caleones and I were watching, even though we were not streaming live. You can Caleones, how did I react to when they announced Luigi's Mansion 3 right at the start of the... Right?
You were pretty happy.
I was pretty hyped, correct. So again, stuff that I like. So in my expectation, this direct, maybe I build a direct, I was expecting a little bit more, and what I mean with that is I was expecting some finally footage from Luigi's Mansion, which I did not get. I expected after the Metroid Prime debacle that we would get the Metroid Prime Trilogy collection on the Switch. That did not happen, right? I expected an official full-blown release day for Demon X Machina, which it did not happen. They gave you like I would say like a month, or not a month. They gave you like a quarter, but it's still not officially released. I also expected, I've been cooking for it. I've been waiting for it. Where the hell is Retro's new game? I don't know where the hell that is. Hopefully it is not Star Fox Grand Prix. Hopefully not. And also I was expecting at the same time Pikmin 4. Where the hell Pikmin 4? Shigeru said how long ago that Pikmin was done, and we still have done like 3 years after he said that comment, and we still haven't seen Pikmin 4. There's even rumors that it got canceled, which I'm hopeful it is not correct. So maybe my expectations for the direct were higher because I was expecting all these announcements that never happened. Now, let me clarify. The announcement that happened for me specifically are games that I already play. Hellblade, great announcement. So for Nintendo fans, and I understand why Nintendo fans are giving the direct, if you only play Nintendo system, this is the best direct of all time, to clarify. But if you're a multi-console gamer like myself, where I have PlayStation, I have PC, and I have Xbox, then this direct was not so much for me, because Hellblade, I played it twice on PlayStation and got 2 plats from it. Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 9, it's a big deal. I'm happy that the Switch owners are getting it. But I played this game many, many times, and you can ask Caleones, many, many moons ago on the original PlayStation. So, it's not a huge announcement for me specifically. I know they announced Assassin's Creed, great, but the game looked not running really well, honestly. Let me see what else they announced. I'm going through here. Let me go through it quickly. So sorry, I apologize. So Fire Emblem, okay, they took time on Fire Emblem. I'm not a huge Fire Emblem guy. But I'll say that I'm going to give it a try. This is going to be my first Fire Emblem game. So I'm going to buy this game. And it still looks good. Tetris 99. Hey, that was a good announcement. I'll give them that. Dragon Quest 11, the same. Dragon Quest 11 and Dragon Quest Builders 2. I haven't played them, and if I play Dragon Quest 11, I already told Caleones I'm gonna play it on the PlayStation because of achievements. Let me see. Oninaki. This was a surprise. I'm good with this. I think it was a good surprise. The new missions for Starlink Battle Atlas. I don't care about that game at all. At all. So I know that Caleones is a huge fan, but I don't care. Tsum Tsum Festival. Run Factory 4 and Dead by Daylight is the game that RX was saying. Dead by Daylight looks fun, but I'm not going to play it. And then Assassin's Creed 3, we talked about it. That looks crappy. Unravel 2, okay. So, again, there was a lot of third-party announcements. Now, let me go with the other big one, Astro Shane. Astro Shane at first looked like a Monolith Soft game, and when Platinum Games came through the door, I was like, okay, cool. But because it's a new IP, right, I have to play it first. I have to see how the game is because I'm good with Platinum. I like Platinum games, but I'm not like a huge fan. If it would have been Monolith Soft, I would have been, oh my God, Monolith Soft, because I trust their pedigree as a developer. I like Platinum games. I'm not saying that. You know, I platted Transformers Devastation, a tough plat to do on the PlayStation 4. So I like Platinum games. I don't hate them. It's just that I have to wait and see on that game like Wonderful 101. It was a fun game, but it was an okay game. So it's the same with this game. It's let me wait and see. So it was a new IP. I don't know how to feel about it until I play it. Does it look cool? And it has a lot of potential? Yes, yes. And from the director who did the Square game. I forgot about it right now. It's just losing my brain right now. The Square game. The Square RPG.
Yeah.
Nier Automata.
Nier Automata. Thank you. Nier Automata. The same director. So Nier Automata well received. So there's potential for the game to be good. But I am a person, and Caleones knows this. I don't care about the console you own. I'm a PlayStation fan first. I admit it. But you know, Caleones, you can ask Caleones, I'm the first to shit on first-party exclusives that I don't like Dreams, because I am not going to be just fanboying for any type of game, any new announcement, even if it comes from the company that I like. And the same with Astro Shane. Does it look good? Yeah, but I have to wait and see until I play it to really get excited. And maybe it's gonna be a new great IP. Now let's end, and then I'll let RX talk. Let's end with Zelda. So Zelda. So you know the artwork at first when it came out, I did not like it at all. Right? I have viewed that trailer over 40 times, and the reason I review that trailer that many times is because you can ask Caleones, I am a huge Zelda fan. I have the full timeline for the Legend of Zelda, where it explains every single detail about the timeline. Great read. Awesome read. I'm just saying, this is one of the things that I love. I love Zelda, and I have many books like that for Zelda, Breath of Zelda in general, right? Anyway, like I was saying, so when I saw it, the artwork did not, but RX, I said it. I said the story about Wind Waker and what happened with Wind Waker, and Wind Waker won a lot of people over many moons ago. It won me over in my second playthrough almost 6 to 7 years later, but it won me over. So it's fine. I like Wind Waker. So the artwork is not the reason that I'm concerned about this game. I explained on the stream was it felt slow. The game felt slow, and a lot of people did not catch that. A lot of people were hyped. Oh my God, this is my favorite Zelda game. That's fine. I love Link's Awakening, but it felt slow. I seen it. It felt slow. But then I said to myself, you know what? I'm still going to buy it. I'm going to give my own judgment when I play it, and hopefully it doesn't feel slow. That's what I'm hoping. When you play it, maybe it looks slow. Give you an example of this. A lot of people say they don't like Xenoblade Chronicles because the battle system is slow. If you're only watching it, yes, it feels slow. When you play it, you can see how in-depth that battle system is, right? So the same with Zelda and Link's Awakening. Maybe when I play it, it's not going to feel as slow. So that is still my concern. So anyway, to conclude, so I can give RXGaming time to talk, and Caleones too, I think the direct was fine. After I had time to simmer down, it's just there's a lot of unknowns for me if I'm going to like those games, like Astro Shane, like Oninuku or Oninuka or whatever the hell it's called. Let me find the name here. Onikuku, Oninaki. There you go, Oninaki.
Sure.
I'm interested in Fire Emblem, but again, I'm not a fan of Fire Emblem. This is gonna be my first Fire Emblem, so I want to wait and see. So anyway, that's where I put the direct for me specifically. Not my favorite of all time, but objectively, when you think about what they announced, and for Nintendo fans who haven't played a lot of these games, then it's a good direct for them. So.
Yeah.
Go ahead, guys. You guys can talk. I'm sorry I took too long. Just explaining myself.
Fine.
Just explaining myself. Go ahead.
No, but yeah, you're right. You're right about that. When it comes to like a person like me, I have all the consoles. I have an Xbox One, I have a PS4, I have a gaming PC, and I also have a Switch. Okay, primary console I use is a Switch. When it comes to a Switch fan, a person that just have a Switch, this was a perfect direct for you. When it comes for a consumer that has all the consoles and he buy games for each console, I think Dantes is right. I think when it comes to that, this direct had nothing for you because you might play those games in other consoles. Me, I play my games on the Switch only. You know, even though I have all these consoles, I stopped using my PS4. I just play my Switch. So on that, I give you that. Good stuff.
Caleones, anything to add?
Okay, so I think one of the things we're missing out about this is the importance of this direct compared to what everybody already thought was going to happen. So everybody thought that we were going to see Animal Crossing. Everybody thought that we were going to see more of, Luigi's Mansion 3, that we were probably going to get maybe a glimpse of, the Pokemon new Generation 8 game, which, I mean, everybody knew there's going to be a direct specific for that from the Pokemon company. That we might get a glimpse of, Bayonetta 3, that, like you said, Metro Prime Trilogy, that's another one that, could have popped up and happened. Like, yes, okay, we think about those things, but those are games that, for the most part, they've already been announced. We know that they're coming. What this direct did was not really show those games, but showed more games that we had no idea that they existed. We had no idea about Tetris 99. We had no idea about Oninaki, no idea about Astro Shane. We had no idea about Super Mario Maker 2. So what this does is making what seemed to be a great 2019 year for Nintendo, and we've been talking about that. I've said it before that I believe 2019 is going to be much better than 2018, and it's going to be a more complete year than 2017. And this was before they made this announcement. We know that Nintendo was going to have some surprises under their sleeves and all of that, but I believe that those surprises were going to be coming closer to E3. I had no idea that they were going to save these announcements. I mean, show these announcements this early on. It's February, and we already get games that normally other companies would keep until E3 so they can be announced. So, Astro Shane is going to be out in 6 months, and we just heard about it a couple of days ago. So, that's great. I loved it. All those demos, Shadow Drop and everything else. That was really cool as well. So that's why I was very, very excited about it. Of course, the big one being Link's Awakening. That was another one that we had no idea about it. And the thing about Link's Awakening and the importance of it, yes, we're going to be a little bit worried about how the game works. And that's fine, because whenever they remake a game, you know that they're probably going to make some changes, what they call the QOL, or quality of life changes to the game. So we'll see what they do with this. There's a possibility that they're going to gear it more towards the younger crowd, but at the same time, they may not. It may just be a remake that makes the battles even more dynamic or even better than they used to be. So, but the biggest important about this is that Nintendo is embracing doing remakes like this, and that it makes it now possible to get remakes of Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Season, of like Link Between Worlds, and any Link to the Past, and Zelda 2, the original Zelda. Now it makes it possible to get remakes from all those games. So imagine now having, a floodgates of possible games open. Yes, I know this is in the same sense that we were expecting a Metro Prime trilogy, because Metro Prime 4 got pushed back. But I know that Nintendo has been listening to the feedback from people and how they've been asking for the trilogy. So if it wasn't in the works, it is now in the works because they know the demand for it. But with Link's Awakening, it makes it possible to get all those Game Boy Advance, the original Nintendo Super NES, and all those Zelda games being remade as well. So, like I said, I was really happy that we got so many new announcements of games that we had no idea because it makes an already pretty darn good library for Nintendo in 2019 that much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything to add, RX?
I have a question. Like I seen, you say you didn't like the artwork when it comes to Link Awakening, right?
Yep.
I was seeing this streamer play this game, Link, like the old one, all right, and I don't see what's the difference. I see they were trying to go for that same art style. Like when it comes to like the way it looks, pretty kiddie-ish. You know what I mean? So, it looks like that's what they really wanted to do, but they couldn't because the Game Boy.
Yeah. So have you played Link Between Worlds?
No, I haven't.
So Link Between Worlds, to clarify, that's the same link. So if let me account. So there's multiple links in the timeline. The link that has appeared the most on the timeline has been the original Link, who came out in the original Link, Link 2, Link. Wait. I'm sorry. Now I got confused with my timeline. Sorry. This is a convoluted timeline, so I go back. Okay. Is it? Okay, now I'm confused. I don't remember. But anyway, let me go back. Okay. So the original Link 2, then is Link's Awakening. That's where I'm getting confused. I don't know. I remember if this is the Link. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Okay, now I'm back. Sorry. I got it. Okay, so there's the original Link. So there's Link and Link 2. That's one Link specifically. Okay. Okay. Then there's the Link from Link's Past. I'm struggling today. It's Link Between Worlds and the original one. That Link on the Super NES game. I forgot the title right now. It's escaping me. I'm struggling today. But anyway, the Link Super NES game, and then Link's Between World, and then Link's Awakening, and then Link's Oracle of Ages, and Link's Oracle of Seasons. So there's multiple. That's the Link. It's the same Link throughout all those games, okay?
Okay.
Now, Link Between Worlds, if you're playing Link Between Worlds, that game is a direct sequel from the Link of the Super NES. Links to the Past. There you go. God damn. So if you see that art style or that graphical cue, I liked it better than this one because this one has more of a chibi look. And even though Link Between Worlds is, again, it's still a smaller Link. It still has some characteristics, and it is still a fun, looking, colorful game. Yeah. It's just like that graphical way of displaying the game or the presentation better than this, because this looks like it looks like, imagine if you're playing like a dollhouses and you put the dollhouses and you're watching in 3D, you have the grass. It looks nice. I'm saying it looks realistic. It looks nice, but it looks like you would be playing right here on the table and you're putting their figures right in front of you to play with it, right? That chibi type of look. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna kill it either. So again, that's not my concern. And I said it on the direct. My concern was it felt slow. Even if you play Link Between Worlds, which is the last 2D Zelda game that came out on the 3DS, that game it's fast. It is a fast game when you play it. So I don't know if they slow it down because, to Caleones' point, they're trying to make it a little bit more accessible for people, for children. That's fine. I have no issues with that at all. Yeah. I'm just concerned that it's going to feel slow. And if you play, again, the original Link's Awakening, this is the Game Boy one. That was a fast game, too. But there's going to be stuff that is better. Like, in the original game, you can only hold the shield in one of the buttons. So you can, when you change weapons or items, you couldn't wear the shield anymore. So now you're going to have the shield all the time. So there's going to be improvements on the game just in how you handle items. And I know the game is going to be better than the original one. Take nostalgia glasses out of it. It's going to be a more streamlined, better way. I'm playing Resident Evil 2 Remake. And right now I did Claire's hardcore run. So I'm still had Leon to do. So I'm close to the plat. So the original Resident Evil game had things that in today's game would not fly. The tank controls, would not fly today. So this game remake, how the menu, how you handle items, how you combine the items is way faster than the original Resident Evil. Now, I'm going to say this. In the original Resident Evil, they fleshed out the story better than in the remake. Like scenario A and B, when you connected both scenarios, you had a complete story. When this game, they reused a lot of assets, where in the original game, it was different scenarios. So I don't know, Resident Evil fans will understand me what I'm saying. My point to that is that even though this game is probably going to have better, how you play the game, it's going to be up to date, it's going to handle weapons better, there's going to be things that always the original will do better, like how fast it is, how difficult it is, and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. You know what's my only concern about this game is?
What?
Is it gonna be 60?
60 frames? Should be.
No, $60.
Oh.
That's my biggest concern for this game.
I'll pay the 60.
That's my
I'll pay the 60. I mean,
it doesn't look like,
This game, if you tell me games that don't deserve to be 60, it's a Mario Ass Deluxe game. That doesn't deserve to be $60, right? I love the new Super Mario Brothers Wii U. I love that game. I did everything in that game, plus I did Luigi U too. Full stages, all completed. And that is way harder than the original game. I love the game. I said that game does not deserve to be $60. It did not make sense for Nintendo to charge that high for that game. That it was anti-consumer by Nintendo.
Yep.
Now this Legend of Zelda, because it's a full remake from the original, it's something new, something fresh. I'm okay. I'm okay to charge the 60. I if it's well made, like Resident Evil 2 remake, if it's well made, I pay the $60 a game. I got no problem with that. Even if they took stuff out from the original that is not there anymore, it's still a fun experience. Like, I'm still going through it right now. So
was it 60? Because it's a Game Boy game, right?
Yeah, the original Game Boy game was probably, I don't know, at that time, I don't remember when I bought it, maybe $40. Okay. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
I bought it on the DX game on the Game Boy, and I also had it on the 3DS as an emulator. Okay. I mean, not emulator, but I bought it through the shop, right?
So, so I have a question for both of you. Okay, so now we've seen Link's Awakening. We've seen the art style. And one of the questions that I had in my mind is, okay, so the first game that we got, that was shown was Super Mario Maker 2. Last one, Link's Awakening. But that art style, that new art style for Zelda, it gives me the vibes of like a Zelda maker. Like you could take those assets and build your own Zelda game. So one question is, do you think that Nintendo is gearing those games towards the possibility of making a Zelda maker by creating, like those, type of, graphics and assets that could be eventually used? And the other one is about, Link's Awakening. Is it going to be the Pokemon Let's Go of Zelda games? So, and doing those remakes, do you think that's going to happen? So those are the other two questions that I have.
I'll let RX go ahead first.
You guys might hate me for this, but I'm in the camp for not to make it as a Mario Maker. I don't want Zelda to become a Mario Maker thing. I'm gonna be hated, but I just don't want that. That's it. And if they're going for that route, it's good. I mean, yeah, whatever, man. But like, I'll buy it, but I don't want them to do a Zelda Maker, man. I don't know. I'm just scared for the franchise, to be honest. Because when it comes to when Mario U, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mario U came out, right? People were bored. People were saying, "Oh, this is just like every Super Mario game. We want Mario Maker. We want Mario Maker. I don't even want a brand new one. I want Mario Maker. I like playing hard levels with people make. So if they make a Zelda Maker, I don't want people to say, "Oh, here we go again, another Zelda game. Just give me Zelda Maker. Give me Zelda Maker." Like I don't want that to happen.
So I'll say this. I agree with RXGaming. I don't want a Zelda Maker at all either.
Yeah.
The reason I don't want it is because to me Zelda is, I know a lot of people don't care about the story, but I care about continuity. I care about when Nintendo brings a Zelda game, it's something special, something magical. I'm not a big... That's why Mario Maker 2, even though it was announced, and I admit it's a big title, I was like, yeah, cool, woo. But I'm not a big gamer that likes to create levels and do that stuff. As Caleones, I hate Little Big Planet on the PlayStation 3. I thought
don't like that game either.
I thought the controls sucked. The floaty controls were awful. And then a lot of people created some really great levels to play, but I didn't care about that. That's why I do not care about Dreams, because I am not a gamer who likes. I'm a lazy ass mother effer. I want to get home. I want a developer build me a game, and I'm just gonna play it. I'm not gonna waste time doing this shit and building games. So Mario Maker, the original, I did not build maybe 2 stages, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I played a couple of other people's stages, but I was like, okay, cool. I prefer playing Nintendo's games. That's what I'm saying when they develop their Mario games. So that's why, to me, I don't care about Zelda, being like, a maker itself. So.
Okay. When it comes to Mario Maker, though, let me clarify that so the people don't hate me even more. I love Mario Maker, and I love Mario Maker 2. Okay?
Hey, you get used to it when people hate you. Trust me. It's all good.
No, I just wanted to clarify that. Because when it comes to platforming games, I want a maker for every game. But when it comes to like a story game or like a Zelda type of game, no, I don't want a maker for that.
Okay. I'm fine with Mario Maker too. To clarify, I agree with RXGaming. Mario Maker, it's a good game, but not for me. I prefer playing Nintendo's developed levels specifically. Will I buy Mario Maker 2? Yes, I will buy Mario Maker 2 because I think it's going to be fun to play around for other people's stages. But it's going to be one of those, I'm going to call distractions. I'm not going to take the game seriously like I've done with some other Nintendo games, that I take seriously, So, anyway. Anything to add,
Okay.
Caleones, before we move to the next news? Because I wanted to close. I want to have final thoughts with the Direct, and I wanna rate it. What would you give the Direct out of 10, and then why? You see what I'm saying? So, Caleones, you start first from 1 to 10.
Well, before that, let me do a quick rundown on here. So I want to say hi to MindPro, to Chico, to A-Rod. I want to say hi to JP. I want to say hi to Mario Kart. I want to say hi to Toys was on here as well. I Save Lives, Jay, to all those guys. Actually, we did have a quick question over here. So before we answer about the Direct, MindPro wanted us to ask you. So RX, about Animal Crossing, someone has been saying that Isabel is your wife. Do you know who? Or somebody has been saying that Isabel is their wife. So who has been saying that Isabel is their wife?
I'm picking my book on this one.
Isabel's my wife, okay? That's it. That's all you guys have to know. They know.
Okay, so that
they know
settles
what
it.
I'm talking about.
He's going full furry.
What? No, you guys do not understand my relationship. That's not a furry relationship. You guys are not understanding. That's what it is.
So it's purer than that.
It's more complex. That's why you guys call it a furry, but it's not. All right, that's all I gotta say. Case closed.
Okay, fair enough. But yes, then RX, go ahead. Yeah, give us your final grade on the Direct.
Rate 1 to 10. 1 to 10.
1 to 10? Easy. I give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reasons why you give it 8 out of 10.
Because
you said it's the best Direct of all time. I thought you were gonna give it a 9.
No. You know what? Yeah, a 9, Dante. You happy there? A 9. When it comes to the Direct was a Nintendo Direct. It's made for the Nintendo people, all right? If you only have
for your people.
Nintendo Switch right here, if that's your only console you have, that means that that Direct was the best Direct you ever seen. Case closed.
Okay. A 9. There you go. Hype.
There you go.
Hype.
Hype.
Caleones, what's your rate?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because, I'm probably gonna give every single Direct from now on until Retro shows their game a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna be this.
I don't know.
I mean, it's been a long time. It's been 4 years or more since we've heard, what Retro's been working on. I know that they've been, I mean, people were saying, oh, they closed down. They're not there anymore, whatever. But I'm protesting Nintendo Directs. So I'm going to always take a point away from them. This one should have been a 10. No Retro. Giving it a 9 out of 10. But that's because, like I said, a great 2019 library. They just made it even better with so many announcements, so many games that we had no idea that they were working on finally coming to light. Most of those titles are going to be out in the summer, or some in the fall, but mostly in the summer. So it was a really, really great direct. I enjoyed it a lot. And I don't even know how to say it. Cheese Dude Pickles. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. But yes,
just
9 out
let's
of
ask
10.
quickly. Bineprof's asking if RX, are you hyped for the cat suits in Mario Maker?
Yo, I don't. I'm not gonna say nothing. Can we move on, please?
Hey, I also want to say that we went to Walmart today and they had like this big fairy outfits for $99. So they had the like the bunny style, the bear, and stuff like that. So if you want to do your shopping, you can do it there, RX.
No.
That's how it is now here in this show. Also, Cheese Dude Pickles said he would give the show a 10 if they didn't show that Assassin's Creed. I think everybody agrees that looked really bad.
No, but wait, when is that game coming out? When is that game coming out?
I don't remember.
Do we know? Because it could also be like a whatever, a put together build or whatever until like the final release. We can't judge stuff. Until,
well, they would have been better off just showing a JPEG, honestly.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Okay, so let me give my score. I know everybody's interested what score I'm gonna give this direct. I'm gonna give it. Oh, what? Wait, Caleones telling me to wait.
The Assassin's Creed game is gonna come out on May 21st.
Hey.
So that's gonna be in 3 months.
Ew.
3 months.
Ew.
Yeah, they could fix that a little bit. It's just frame rates. Who knows? Who knows? But if it is choppy, I'm not buying it.
I don't think so, because I think we're probably like a month or so away from having those games be like printed, like published and shipped over to the store. So they're cutting it close, really close.
Okay, no, there's no hope. I'm not getting in the game. I'm gonna wait for the game.
Okay, so let me give my score to finish. I'm kind of struggling right now as I say it, but I'm gonna give it a 7.
Hey, I was expecting lower from you.
Okay. I was thinking 6.5, but here's a reason why I'm giving it a 7. Yeah. I was about to give it a 6.5, but I gave it a 7 for a couple of reasons. One, I am hoping, like I said, that when I play Link Awakening, that the game feels good when you play it. So I'm gonna wait judgment on that, but it's still a Link's for a new generation, and hopefully a lot of people will give this 2D Zelda a shot, so at least then they can come back and play games like Link Between Worlds, who is an awesome Zelda game, right? Up there between Link to the Past. So again, that's why how highly I put Link Between Worlds in there. So that I am hoping that forgot the name, Ananunaki, Ananaki. Oninaku is good.
Oninaki. I'm sorry.
Oninaki. Even you said it wrong, even though you're the Nintendo expert, Caleones. Oninaki is good, and Astro Shane is good. I'm hoping that Astro Shane is good. And then when I play Fire Emblem, that I really get into the series and I play it. Because of those games, I am decided to give it a 7, because then maybe those games like Astro Shane can become now a favorite IP. I never expected to be a fan of Xenoblade like I was when I first played the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I never expected to like Smash Bros. As much as I liked it, because this is my Smash for me, how fast, fluid the gameplay feels compared to the other Smash. And I put how many? 140 hours into that game by now. So I have enjoyed Smash a lot. So maybe Astro Chain will become a new IP that I like, right there with the Breath of the Wilds, with the Marios and and the Metroids and all that stuff. So I'm hoping, and I'm also hoping now. This gives me hope. This direct was not, oh my God, that the E3 direct is gonna be really fire. It's gonna destroy it, because I do expect on that direct Nintendo footage for Luigi's Mansion, right? I do expect Nintendo Metroid Prime Trilogy announced, and I do expect Nintendo some kind of Pikmin in the E3 this year. That's how you do it.
Pikmin.
To win E3, it's simple. Sony's not
Hey.
there. Mike, it's only Microsoft, so it's easy.
And the best thing about Astro Shane is that even though we thought it was a Monolith Soft game, it is not. So that means that Monolith Soft is still working on something. We know that they're working on something.
Take your time.
Like, we'll see.
Next year.
But,
Leave it for
hey,
next year. This
yeah,
year, I'm good,
but-
fam. This year, I'm good. I like the Luigi's Mansion. I'm already hyped for that shit. I'm good. So,
Okay, but I'm gonna do a quick rundown on here. Okay, so Road XX gave it a 7.5. Chico Maldonado gave it a 7 out of 10. JP gave it an 8 out of 10. We have She's Good Pickles. He changed his mind and he gave it an 8 out of 10. So it seems like, overall, it's been, pretty positive when it comes to the direct. Handling about the 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 for the most part. I guess, me and RX, we're the only ones at 9 out of 10, but we're used to it. We're used to it.
well, you guys are Nintendo fanboys. Anyway.
No. Hey, I was a big Sony head, bro. But my last.
What happened to
Nintendo
you?
System,
No,
my
I'm joking.
last Nintendo.
He grew down like he's supposed to. He grew down.
No. My last Nintendo system was the GameCube. I skipped the Wii and I skipped the Wii U because I was like, ew, I'm not getting those systems. The Switch came, I was like, hold up, let me try it out, and then I just got hooked. That's okay. It's clarified.
Okay, so Mind Pro, 7.5 out of 10. Mike M giving it an 8 out of 10. We're up there. Like if we do a Metacritic score of all our scores together, it probably would be like a 78 out of 100 or something like that. So it'll be on the green. So it'll be a positive direct.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, that. But with that, we'll have to move to we have to move to the next big piece of news, which is rumors of VR, Caleones. What the hell is going on in the Nintendo camp? Can you explain that to me?
Okay, so this rumor comes from Game Informer, or more specifically, I guess just to quote his name, and Imran Khan, which is a senior editor of Game Informer, he stated, quote unquote, let me hint at something. Well, actually, let me go back here. Go back because I'm going to a different one. But okay, he stated that, or they've been stated that there's a possibility, and this is not Imran Khan. I'm sorry. I got to give credit where credit is due. This is coming straight from Emily Rogers. Emily Rogers stated that Nintendo, from what she hears, is working on a VR labo. So it's going to be a VR labo experience. So it's not going to be like the robot where you put like the glasses on, and even though you don't see anything, so it doesn't really make it anything special. But it is working on VR. We know from patents that came out when the Nintendo Switch was called the NX that they were considering the VR by getting the headgear, sliding the Switch into it, and using it as a VR headset. But we haven't really seen anything since then. Now, not only is she saying that there's going to be a VR ready labo unit that's going to be coming out, but that is probably going to be coming out this year. So it's not going to be 2020, 2021 for this year. So 2019 might be the year that Nintendo will be jumping into the VR scene. I got to admit, we have a PSVR here at our house. We have it with the PS4 Pro, so it does help that it is the more powerful system to be able to play it on. But I mean, we absolutely love it. It is a great experience. Yes, it's not like the high end Oculus and the Vive when you have a supercomputer attached to them, but it's still a really, really good experience. Dantes, I know that you probably got a couple of platinums a couple of days ago, playing it out. So not sure if you already played Astrobot or not. Did you play Astrobot already?
Moss. Go play Moss. It's really a good damn good game.
Okay, but yes, I've really enjoyed it. So I'm very, very, very excited about the possibility of Nintendo jumping on VR. So Dantes, RX, give your thoughts about this news. Do you think is is real? Do you think it's just going to be rumors that are not going to be able to play out? What are your thoughts about this? How real is it, and how excited or not excited are you about it?
I'll let RX go first. Go ahead, RX.
I'm kind of. How can they do that? You know, isn't the Switch 720p screen? Can it really do VR with that type of resolution? Because
Well,
It's
there's
all about frames. I mean, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
reduce it to like 320p and get the 120 frames that you need for VR, but I don't know.
well, it'll be kind of like a 360 split. So yeah, 720 screen, split into half. I'll put it this way: it would have better resolution than the Virtual Boy, which came out around like 1995 or so. And that's something I'm going to mention as well. But yes, it is possible, and you know about Nintendo's aesthetics, how they design game, how they do the character designs and things like that. Even
Yeah.
let's say Mario 64, even though Mario 64 by today's standards, it is a pixelated game. I mean, you see the pixels, even though they're blocks, but that's that's a game that would be possible seeing like a Mario 64 esque 3D world with a Nintendo Switch. So just to give you an idea of the possibilities for.
Okay, then I think, I mean, if it's possible, because I really thought it was impossible with that resolution. But when it comes to like, when it comes to the Joy-Cons, right? Let's say like what are those controller called for the PS4? Those two stick with a little foam on top.
Yeah, you're talking about the
Move controllers.
the place
So move
controllers.
but I feel like the Joy-Cons are more precise than them, and I feel like when it comes to like the controls for VR, it got that packed down. All right, but when it comes to like the resolution and using Labo, it's just hard to believe that they could do something like that. But so Nintendo always surprised me, so I'm not knocking it that it's not true, but it's hard to believe that they would do that with Labo.
Yeah, I'll put it this way: like if you compare the PS Move controller to the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Cons have better technology in them.
Yeah.
You can do more things because you have the joystick, you have the additional buttons, shoulder buttons, and everything else. The only thing is that the Joy-Cons don't have the light, and the light is important if you have a camera so you can track it. Yes, it does have the gyro controls, so it'll recognize like movement, but where exactly it is positioned is probably going to be limited. Dantes, you could probably tell me, like if I'm incorrect on that one. But when it comes to the placement of the Joy-Con, it's going to be hard to track because there's no light or anything there unless you're using the Joy-Con that has the sensor on the bottom, which I believe is the right one. But the Move does have the light, so it is easier to track. Yeah, same with the headset; it does have the light, so you can track it. But what was I don't know, like Dantes, what are your thoughts about it?
So here's my concern mostly. It's that it's gonna be a simple experience. I don't think it's like Virtual Boy, but I think it's not gonna be as robust. And what I mean with that is the way they're talking about it, using Labo on some kind. Concerns me because I did not like Labo at all. I'm on record for saying that when that came out. I'm not gonna play cardboard. And
I
second,
got it.
yeah, and second, I don't know how they would do it because of the specs of the system, right?
Yeah.
And if they do it, it's gonna be like a weak ass experience. And this is coming from someone who has PlayStation VR. I like the experience. I'm not like a huge into it. I still think that there's limitations to it. There's games like the Robinson The Journey who made me puke consistently. And then there's games really well made like Moss. I still haven't played Astrobot, but I'm hoping to play it soon. That there are great experiences on VR, and you can see where the tech goes, but it's not there. Caleones stated movement is small. You need the move controllers to be tracked by the camera. Too many wires. I hate the wires. That's why sometimes I don't even play it. It's just too much wires. It just looks messy. So I'm hoping the next generation reduces the wires. Processor is included maybe in the PlayStation inside of it, so you don't have to have an outside supplement processor. But again, they can take that route too, Nintendo, because how Sony does it, they have an outside processor helping the PlayStation to be able to achieve the VR. So again, it's not PlayStation alone with their own specs that they do it. They do have an outside processor. They can do something like that. But again, I hear the word Labo and I just cringe. Like, really, Labo?
But
Go ahead, RX. Go on.
but I was just thinking about with there is some labels like the robot kit and the one that you with the steering wheel that you could use labo for like Mario Kart, because that type of labo is included in Mario Kart. And you can right now you can play with the wheels and play Mario Kart. So imagine if you could have just the VR person, you could really feel like you're in the game.
Yep.
So
No,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
it's just for me. I just did not like Labo, and how I hear Labo in VR. It's just again I'm off. This is my perspective having PlayStation VR, which is again it's not high end like I said, but it's a well made piece of hardware. You have to give credit to Sony. They do make nice piece of hardware. That's their strong suit. There's the VR. Caleones is showing it. That's their strong suit. That's the strength of Sony's. It's they're designing hardware now. We'll see. I'm a wait and see guy. Let's see how they implement it. Let's see how they do it.
Okay, but I'll give you this. Okay, so what RX said about Mario Kart, 8 Deluxe being VR compatible. There is a Mario Kart game. I believe is I'm not sure if it's here, but it is a VR Mario Kart. I'm pretty sure some of you have already seen it. Yeah. And when it comes to Mario Kart, it is actually a perfect game for VR because once you set up the screen and you center it, to be pointing forward, all you need is the wheel. The wheel, it just goes this way, so there's no tracking that needs to be needed for the wheel. It's just going to be going one way, and the head, of course, moving it around is going to be like the Wii U gamepad, so you can track and see all around you. So a game like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe could in fact become a VR experience by using the Switch as a headset. Yes, it's not going to be 1080p 60 frames per second because by having the VR headset is going to suffer when it comes to the frame rate, but you can get something like that. Or once they come up with the Switch Pro, or like Dantes said, if they use like some sort of additional supplemental device to give it additional power, or maybe use a separate screen like the PSVR, that would be possible. But yes, that would be one of the games that you don't necessarily need the lights for to track the movement from the Joy-Cons. I want to address something really quick. Cheese Does Pickle, he said that I'm hyped for Nintendo to jump into the VR scene. Well, whatever they do, it can be worse than the Virtual Boy. Yes, I mean that's is very true. But I actually want the Virtual Boy games to be brought over to the Nintendo Switch if they're going to be doing VR. Some of those games, they're fun. They just, the system didn't sell at all, so they've been kind of like lost in the last couple of decades. Nobody's really playing it because nobody has a Virtual Boy. But so hopefully they'll be making a comeback. Those games would be a breeze, making them run on the Switch and using them as VR because you don't need really like 1080 screen or like like high end 4K screen or anything like that. With the 720p, it'll be a breeze running those games. The other thing that Cheese Does Pickles mentioned, and this is also having to do with the Joy-Cons and the motions and vibrations. He said, and this is towards you, RX. He said, RX, tell them about the Senran Kagura experience you had with the Joy-Cons and their advanced technology. So what was that experience like with Senran Kagura and the Joy-Cons? Did it give you like a VR-ish type experience?
Yes, it did. It's pretty scary what those Joy-Con could do, bro. Yep. They're pretty advanced for those small Joy-Cons, yep.
Okay. So we are clear that Joy-Cons, they're more than capable of being able to replicate certain things when it comes to VR.
Yep. That game changed the man.
Okay, Caleones, let's move. I apologize. I have to start a little bit working here. So, Caleones, can you go through and almost take over with the show. So can you and RX take on the remaining news for the day, please?
Well, actually, this is gonna be like a pseudo, like main topic, but we're gonna make it a shorter one. This one has to do with, and this one we're actually going back to Imran Khan, which is the senior editor of Game Informer, and he basically hinted at a dead game, a game that had been canceled, a game that was wiped from the face of the earth, that they said that is no longer being made, that it's gonna be revived by Nintendo. So to give you his exact quote, he stated, "Let me hint at something, I guess." And this was, I believe, with Kind of Funny Games that he was, talking to him. This is a thing that I'm going to write up at some point as soon as I get some more sources on it. But there's a game that's thought to be dead that Nintendo's reviving, and it's not one that people would expect. It was very much a title that was dead and buried, very officially canceled. And he said that he's heard enough about this game that I'm almost sure it exists. So if there's a canceled game out there that Nintendo is going to be reviving, what kind of game? Do you think this news is actually true? Can we actually expect another game for Nintendo, which in this case, if Nintendo's reviving it, it would be a Nintendo exclusive? What game do you think it could be? And do you think this news is real or not? RX, Dantes, give me your thoughts.
Is not isn't wait, hold on. I just have one question. Is it a Nintendo IP or no? It's just a random
No,
game?
they it seems like it's not necessarily a Nintendo IP. It's probably going to be like either a third party game or something like that. So think of it this way: Bayonetta 2 would have never been made if not for Nintendo actually funding the project. So something like that. Think along those lines.
Okay, okay. Uh Go ahead, Dante. I
No,
really don't know what to say
I'm
about
telling
it.
you guys, continue the show. I'm already working, so please,
Oh.
please do. Please do. Sorry.
Well, I see them. Okay,
Sorry.
this is my thoughts. This is my thoughts. No, it's fine. I feel like they'll do something like that. I mean, they did it with Bayonetta, and I feel like, people they, I've never heard of this. This is the first time I heard of it, so I can't say nothing. I can't comply.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll give you my thoughts because I
Yeah.
did go ahead and write the article for Mike Tendo 64, and I gave my thoughts about it. Okay, so now Bayonetta 2 is one of the games that Nintendo revived and made it possible to be made. So, and now we have Astro Shane, we've had Wonderful 101, we had those games coming from Platinum Games. So, Nintendo and Platinum Games, they have a really good relationship going, and I believe that relationship might be might be taking it a step further because yes, you have Bayonetta 3, you have Astro Chain. Those are coming. There's news or actually rumors about Wonderful 101 port or maybe a Wonderful 102 coming as well. But one game that Platinum Games put a lot of time and effort into it, and it actually ended up being canceled, is Scalebound. Scalebound was supposed to be a Microsoft game. It was a Microsoft exclusive. It was being funded by Microsoft, but they ended up canceling the game. But Nintendo and Microsoft, they're actually playing nice. Nintendo might, there's this actually came out of the gaming developers, game developers conference that Nintendo was looking into incorporating Xbox Live into the system. How they're gonna do it, we're not sure. But right now, Nintendo and Microsoft, they're playing nice, and I believe that Scalebound, which was pretty far along in the development before it got canned, I believe that game is a real possibility to be revived because of the relationship of Microsoft and Nintendo, and Nintendo and Platinum Games. So that's one that I would be looking forward to, and it does feature kind of like the co-op type style, fighting from Astro Shane. So I really wouldn't be surprised for that game to be the one.
Okay, go ahead. Carry on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, so going over with the next one, data miners have discovered that Nintendo has removed all of the Super NES game strings from the Nintendo Switch Online. So once they had added the last NES games, the data miners, they had discovered that there were some like Super NES games on the Switch Online, some game descriptions, some names in English, Japanese, a couple of different languages. But now with the recent update, they've actually removed all the content, any names, any information about a Super NES game. So the question becomes, do you think that they're removing it because there are no Super NES games coming over, or that they're just taking it out for now so people don't really jump into conclusions or anything like that on what games might be coming, and that they would be added later. So give me your thoughts, RX.
Yeah, they took it off because they really wanted. I feel like they really wanted to work on those emulators first of all. Second of all, they do need if they, let's say they did take it off just because they you know just because of no reason. Nintendo needs something to keep people subscribe to the service, because I don't, to this day, that's the only complaint I have for Nintendo. I don't touch the NES, and I need more emulators, man. That online is, I'm sorry, it's crappy, and they need to do better when it comes to online. If they scrap that, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be pissed, to be honest. I'm gonna be super pissed. I, but I feel like they just working on the emulator. They are gonna put the Super Nintendo and the 64. I still believe that that's gonna happen. That's my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that I mean because Nintendo made it official that once they sell out of the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic, that they're
Yeah.
not going to be making any more of those. So by them officially taking those out of the market, they I believe they're getting ready. They're taking it out because they're getting ready to put in. They're going to be putting those games on the Switch Online and with the subscription, so you can get them. So moving over to the next one, we have two more pieces of news. This one Hollow Knight sequel. So it's going to be Hollow Knight Silk Song has been announced for the Nintendo Switch. Is going to be coming. It was actually trending on Twitter, so it seems like a lot of people are excited about the game. Have you played Hollow Knight RX? And if so, are you excited about a sequel?
I bought the game and I touched it, and then I stopped playing it. Not because I hate it. It was just I had a lot of games to finish.
Okay, so it's going to be one of those that you're going to be going back into and playing
Yeah,
at
yeah.
some point.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am getting the new. I'm getting the new one, mind you. Just to just jump in as soon as I pass the Hollow Knight. But I don't connect with that game yet. Like I haven't played it to really like it or not like it. So
Okay, and the last piece of news is about Respawn and Apex Legend, and that they would actually love to bring the game over to the Nintendo Switch. And this actually is a big turnaround because previously, when the Nintendo Switch was announced, they were asked about bringing Titanfall to the Nintendo Switch, to which they responded that the system was so underpowered that in their quotes, I'm not going to say it completely, they said, F no, no, you're not going to be able to fit Titanfall 2 on the Nintendo Switch. Um, so basically, that they this has always been the case about Nintendo hardware, that they have their own niche, that they have been catering to the handheld market and the kids. So that's why they would not be able to fit Titanfall 2 on the Switch. But now they've actually come around and said that they would love to have Apex Legend on the Nintendo Switch. So, are you surprised about the game maybe coming in some form to the Switch? And what do you attribute to this big turnaround that they did?
I'm not surprised at all. Uh, it's all depend how well the system is selling. If the system is selling crappy, like the Wii U, people are gonna lie and be like, "Oh, this game cannot run on the Wii U. That's why we're not putting it." Oh, you want this game? Nah, I'm sorry, this game cannot run on the Wii U because this and that, and this and that, and this and that. The Switch came out at first. People were asked. EA was like, "Oh, nah, I don't know. We might put FIFA, all right, but not. I don't know." The Switch sold. Now the third party developer is like, hey, let's put Doom in. Oh, wait, Wolfenstein, you won? Oh, you won this? Oh, Apex? Oh, I got you. This If a system is selling, you will see games. Look at the Wii. The Wii had a Call of Duty, and it run crappy. It was disgusting, the graphics and everything. But because the system is selling, that's why they put Call of Duty. That's my opinion. So I'm not surprised. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
yeah. I'll say the same. I mean, of course, I welcome the game. It has like over 25 million players on it already.
Yeah.
But I still feel like Tetris 99. That's the hardcore battle royale game,
It is.
and it is exclusive on the Switch. But
Mhm.
Dantes, we're actually done. This is it with news. We are finished.
Okay, with that said, Caleones, let's move quickly to our favorite store, which is Chigo's Supermarket.
Okay, and
Bim.
basically the games that have released for this week. So those of you that are looking, for something else to play, I'm going to be mentioning the names of the games that have come out, since February 12 on. So those games are The Lauer Princess and the Blind Prince, The King's Bird, Minesweeper Genius, Iron Cryptical, Final Fantasy 9, Tetris 99, we had the demo of Demon X Machina prototype mission, so you got 4 missions that you can play right now. We had the Toho Sky Arena, Matsuri Climax, Tokyo School Live, The Golf, Tales of the Orient, The Rising Sun, Strikey Sisters, Pet Care, Oli Oli Switch Stands, Nice Slice, Neko Power Volume 2, Modern Combat Blackout, Mind Ball Play, Love, Hexamaze, Guess the Word, Degrees of Separation, Cinders, Astrology Horoscopes Premiums, Arcade Archives Frontline, Alvastia Chronicles, Alchemic Dungeons DX, Space Lift, Danger, Panic, Dungeon Stars, DreamWorks Dragons Dawn of New Riders, and Car Mechanics Simulator. And I mean, if you were to ask me, I would tell you that one of the best, the most important games, which is number one right now, it is Final Fantasy IX. But I believe the most important game coming out this week, Tetris 99. Everybody's playing it. It was, I believe, the number 11 most played game on Twitch. Everybody's going crazy with it. And for those of you that have Switch Online, it is free, so you have no excuse to get it. It is free, free, free. Go ahead and get it, guys.
Yo,
So we are done. We are finished with our podcast. RX, thank you for coming over. Do you want to say anything else
Wait, wait, wait,
before
wait.
we
Before
end
you
it?
end it, there's a lot of comments and questions. Mike M asked a
Okay.
question. Can you get to the chat? Let's finish with questions and then we can end the podcast.
Okay, so this is gonna be Yoshi's Crafted World Demo. Well, I mean it's a demo, so it's not game release. So I'm not gonna count that one. But yes, the demo of Yoshi's Crafted World, it is out, so you can go ahead and play the demo as well. Then of course my person saying that he is happy that we finally had the RX furry confirmation at last. So that's everybody is excited about that. Mike M does have a question. He is asking, I have a question. What about the new Switch that is coming this year? Is it the Switch Mini or is it the superior than the Switch we have now? Is it really necessary to have a Switch Mini? So let me ask you that, RX. Do you believe the Switch Mini is going to be coming out this year, or do you think might be the Switch Pro, or just like a slight upgrade to the current Switch, maybe like a better screen, better battery? So what are your thoughts? What are we going to see this year? Or is it going to be this year or next year? Give us your thoughts.
I feel like the Switch. I feel like it's gonna be a Switch Mini, not Switch Pro. I would have wished it was a Switch Pro, but we're going with the Mini. Now it's understandable why we're going with the Mini. We're going with the Minis because you can't buy this $300 system to like a 5-year-old or to a seven or to like a or whatever to a young person. You can't be selling these type of systems. So they're going with a cheaper route. Make the Mini 200, right? And I think it's gonna be this year. And I think I might be pushing it. It's going to be announced E3. That's it. Confirmed. Can somebody clip this, please? Confirm.
Yeah, and we also have Cheese Dud Pickles. He's, I guess he was talking specifically about Hollow Knight and how you still haven't played it. He said that RX, you have to ban Fortnite and Smash out of your life, or else you ain't touching your other games. So you need to stop playing those games and get on rolling, to play other games. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, let me see. Yeah, I think that this is pretty much it. See if anybody else added anything else. Um, Cheese Does Pickle said that I found a Switch Mini and it's called a Nintendo 3DS. Um,
Good one.
but yeah, we are done. I think we're done here. Mike M. Next Saturday it is on more Smash RX. Hopefully you're going to be present as well. So we can get it going. Mike M. Right now he has been owning pretty much everyone on there with his link. So for all those of you Smash players out there, Mike M is going to be waiting for you next Saturday when we do the Force In Unison streams. But RX, since we're done, give us your last thoughts about it.
About the whole thing.
Oh, and Minecraft said, "Hey RX, can we play some mini games or games, please?" So he's asking you over there. But yes, tell us about anything that for the last week for Nintendo, for the Direct, or anything else that you want to convey and tell everybody here.
Okay, for the games that was released this week that you mentioned, please get Tetris 99. You could be the next ninja. Who knows? And also, please get Final Fantasy. Was it not? Yeah, Final Fantasy 9. This game, I give it props to whoever made this game because that game is amazing. And thank you so much for Caleones for pushing me to get this game because you were the one who like, eh. And then Dante was like, get 7. I'm like, thank you so much, man. And
7 is still better though. Historically, 7 is better.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Just put it this way: you have plenty of time to play and beat this one before 7 comes out.
Yeah.
So still, try both of them out. They're really good.
Yeah, and the Town Direct, I feel like Dante gave it a harsh score, but I give it a 9 out of 10.
I think that was fair, honestly, after my first impressions.
Yeah, I mean, you did way better. I was expecting a 5 or 6 out of 10, but you surprised me with that score.
Like I said, it was not a bad Direct. It was just not for me specifically. Yeah. But props for Nintendo that they have their fan base like so hyped for the future. The console's looking good. I said, and you can ask Caleone, that this is the best Nintendo system since the Super NES, and that is big words when you're going into the historical of the NES and the Super NES, because those are the two best Nintendo consoles of all time. And me saying that the Switch is in that realm, to me, that's high praise for the Switch. So.
Yeah. And last thing is, get Dragon Quest. I'm definitely going to get Dragon Quest on the Switch just because I feel, all right, Dante, don't kill me now. I feel like it's the best version than the other version.
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. The reason I play it on the PlayStation is because of achievements. That's as simple as that.
And I want to make it clear, guys. One of the reasons why you should be watching this podcast instead of the other ones is because Dantes has more platinum trophies than Colin Moriarty. Colin Moriarty only has 80 platinum trophies. Dantes has over 140, I believe.
148, soon 149, and then 150 gonna be Bloodborne.
So that makes him times and a half better than Colin. So please, visit us over here.
When we do a PlayStation podcast, you can say that someday if we do something like that. Okay, with that, I think we'll start ending the show. I appreciate everybody who stopped by and watch us at the Get In and Get Out Nintendo Podcast, episode 81, right here at the Force In Unison Gaming channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, and comment so you can make these 3 crazy MS happy. Also remember, you can get this podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes for free. Rate us over there so you can share love. Also remember the description box below so you can see the full channel schedule. I will not be doing. I have a work trip on the next 3 days, so I'll be out of town. I'll be back on Thursday. So tomorrow I'm gone. So Caleones, I'm out of town. So also what's next? Facebook page at Force In Unison Gaming. And I'm not gonna say it's finally because I want to RXGaming. Thank you for joining us. Where can we watch your content? What is your channel name? Can you say that to the peeps?
Well, thank you, Dante. My YouTube, people are saying it's dead. So I always stream on Twitch. So you can find me on Twitch. RXGaming, and that's it.
Okay, RXGaming on Twitch. Go and follow our boy RXGaming over there. And finally, and Dantes says finally, go to forceinunison.wordpress.com and give some clicks and love to my boy Caleones. With all that said, thank you again for joining us, and long live Nintendo. See you guys. Good night.